Hi guys, welcome back to another quick card pull. This is being filmed on Sunday, April 5th. Happy Easter to all that's celebrating. Happy Pesach. Spirit is... I'm going to get this into quickly because I noticed that I'm getting more time constraints. I can't post on Instagram. I can't post on Facebook. So I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible. I apologize for the rush. So they're showing the lovers. So a union of two. Union, I feel, our reunion. I feel like, this is pertaining to my sister. You know what I mean? Like, the messages that needed to get out has already gone to the people that it needs to go to. But this also could be lovers in a fact of that you had a broken heart and you went through isolation. So separation, bereavement, divorce, whatever that situation was. You know what I mean? Like, I know Amber Land Tarot. I hope I'm saying her name right because I thought it was Amber in Wonderland, but it's not. It's Amber Land Tarot. She was talking about this as well, and a couple of other healers. Just because someone comes in offering love, especially because it's from the past, it's like if it didn't work out the first time, you know what I mean? There's a reason for that not coming to fruition. So 11-1-1-1 on the timer, so that's the 3 of Wands. So Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back during this transition. So, I kept on seeing like someone coming in May. And again, this is Spirit saying, just because someone comes in and offering this does not mean this necessarily has to be a union. You have to follow your intuition with this. And Spirit has been talking about following your intuition very strongly for a bit. I feel like a lot of the time we go through heartache and we feel like, we kind of we've been talking about this, over-romanticizing the situation where we think that, who the next person comes in is going to be our savior. You should only have one savior, but, we're not going to get into all that, especially today being, Easter Sunday. But it's like you had a lot of healing to do. Even Amber mentioned this. If you don't feel like you're healed over that situation, I don't know. Like, I keep bringing this up in the grief group. It's just like, how do you know? Like, I feel guilty, and they're like, you have nothing to feel guilty for. I know that. But still, I'm not going to sit there and drag someone through a situation they don't need to be a part of. You know what I mean? If I'm not healed, I don't need someone to be a part of all that. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm ready when I'm ready. If I'm never ready, that's fine by me. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. That's life. They're showing 3 weeks time with the High Priestess. So I did some research before I started pulling. April 18th to the 23rd. So remember how I said there was going to be this hangover energy, and trust me, it has been an effing for the past 3 weeks. Like, yeah, the certain thing like that, whatever that freaking infection thing was with my nose, no idea. Thank God Spirit was very strong with me. Communication, they're like, put the polysporin in, did my research, got what I needed, started doing it immediately, and thank God they're like, you do not go to sleep, you nip this in the butt now. Like, this has gone on too long. So now, like, even with the me being under the weather, I'm on the mend. Like, I'm a lot better. If anyone has, if you're like myself and you keep cough syrup on hand, get yourself the Buckley's DM or PM. It'll have the nighttime stars and everything on it. I'll take a picture. Maybe I'll bring it in the next video. But it names all like the aches, pains, and da-da-da-da-da-da. That will nip it in the bud. It is disgusting. If you're sensitive, have a sensitive liver like myself, put it with some honey. Like, my aunt used to eat Vicks with honey. Oh my God, God bless her. But, not for me. But anyway, they're showing, like, that, like, April 9th, balance being restored. We just had the big pink Libra moon influenced or ruled by Venus. Ruled by love. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? You gotta follow where your heart is. My heart is God, Yahweh Yeshua, and my children. And Sunny. Sunny's my child. Sunny is my child. But our dog. But it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, I need to make sure they're good. I gotta make sure I'm good before anything. You know what I mean? And the kids are like, oh, you could date mom and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, this 2 days of Passover, like, you're not supposed to work or anything like that, really gave me the reset I needed. I know I'm on the mend and I'm recovering, but it's like we didn't go grocery shopping, we didn't do anything. It wasn't chaos. My son's like, it felt like longer than 2 days, Mom. I'm like, that's because we weren't running around like with chickens with our heads cut off. I'm like, this is what I needed. I needed a rest. And we have another 2 days coming up on the 8th and the 9th. because we're doing the closing of Passover. So it's just like, you know, you got to listen to spirit. You got to listen to your body when it's like, you need to rest. I know a lot of the time I push myself because I know certain situations are limited in the fact that when I could see my sister. So it's like, gotta take that opportunity when we can, and it won't always be like that. You know what I mean? But it's just like, being thankful for those moments. But I definitely needed to rest that weekend, and I didn't, and I paid for it dearly. But more information is coming out here. You know what I mean? I feel like with myself, they were trying to tell me more information. I've been transparent about this, and it's like spirit is, I'm like, it's just like catch and release. Is it going to make me happier or sadder? Well, then I don't want to know. I really don't. It's been 9 years. What are we going to say? What are we going to know? I don't need to know that information. I really don't. If it's going to paint them in a negative light, what are we going to do about it? Nothing. You know, maybe this is their way of saying, like, you need to move forward. I am moving forward. You know what I mean? I'm moving forward in the way that I feel that is best, that suits me and my family. It's not just about me. It's not just my journey. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where the knowledge comes in, because they are also affected by this. Maybe at the moment, because they were so young, you know what I mean? They felt it, but you know what I mean? We kept them so busy and occupied, and you know what I mean? God bless them. Like, they worked so fucking hard over these past 9 years, you know, being where they are now, but they feel it now. They're older, you know, graduation, this, that, the other. So it's like, you know, keep pushing forward. Keep, you know, life is what you make of it. But again, with the pillars, balance being restored. We have the Hermit card. This is what I was talking about. There's maybe some snakes in the path, but I feel like this, again, is because you're coming out of isolation. You're coming back into the light. You're coming back out into the world. You're coming back out to the universe. You know what I mean? Like, you're being more open to things. You're being more sociable. Like, I am definitely thankful for spirit coming in when someone that I used to get readings from was doing a live, and I just sat there with a pen and paper, and I'm like, whatever she says that resonates is supposed to be a message for me. And it started opening freehand for me, or channel messages, as I call them if you've gotten a personal reading from me. But the thing is, it's just like, you know, that opened me up to a lot of people, especially someone that I reconnected, because her person that she had in her life at the time was the one that really opened the floodgates for a lot of that coming in, because he kept coming, she kept coming, and we're still connected. And her sister, we're still connected. You know what I mean? And it's like, it brought in my bestie, Laura. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like we have a lot of good people, and we have our tribe, and I feel like, unfortunately, it's brought to us from the internet. So that's what I'm saying. You can use a lot of things for the good or the bad, but I feel like this is where, again, Odin. So maybe crows are significant for you, birds of the air, bringing in channel messages. Like I said, that weekend, like, what a blessing that I saw the Sea vehicle. I saw the 2 eagles. Like, I'm so thankful for the things that we saw. You know what I mean? So it's just like, again, being open to channel messages. You know, I'm getting a lot more hating messages, which is fine. You want to waste your time messaging me, like, you know, God bless your life. You know what I mean? But it's just like, if you're not open to those things, just keep scrolling. These messages aren't for you. But this is spirit. It's like, in many shapes and forms, signs will be there. And I just so happened to look to the side, and they had the rails on the truck, and it was just going along the rails. I thought that was so neat to see that, you know? But this is what I'm talking about. That time of isolation is over. The time of you feeling left out in the cold. 8:48 is on the timer, so that may be significant. That may be a number that stands out to you. But, you know, our 5s, change and transformation, because we're getting a lot of change and like, I got a good stack here of cards. I'm trying to be faster with the timing, but you're coming out of this isolation. Maybe an injured ankle is significant. I know this is significant for my sister, so I'm not going to mention anything. We'll see what happens, but you know what I mean? It's just like, that change, that isolation is over, and I feel like you're just like, damn, I miss times where it was like, I had more time to myself. But it's just like, your life is about to open up in such big, beautiful ways. The office that you dreamed of is something that they're mentioning now. So you might be getting into a bigger space. Office space. So that may be significant. Your office space is changing. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, you need a window. Who doesn't need a window? Nobody wants to be in a dungeon. Like, I'm telling you. For a very long time, you felt tied up. But it's 8. The reason you felt tied up, the reason you were in isolation is because you needed to heal. You needed to do this on your own, because even with myself, I did not know how things were going to move forward in my life, because, I was scared. Who wouldn't be scared from, trying to wrap your head around this situation? Try to sit there and wake up every day, and that person that has been by your side for the last 10 years, 444, we're talking about changing office spaces there, has been by your side. So that's the thing. It's like, thankfully, I have the abilities. Those that can see, let them see. Those that can hear, that let them hear. That's why I don't abuse it, because I got to look myself in the mirror at the end of the day, and I answer to God. Dwayne Chapman. You know what I mean? Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's just, you love him or hate him. But it's, this is not going to be around no more. No more. That's the thing. People try to stomp you in the head is literally what they said. They try to change your vision of yourself, take away your confidence, try to break you to sit there, manipulate the situation that best serves them. And they think that it's a wonderful situation at the beginning, but they're not going to put the time and effort. You know what I mean? That would have been really, really bad. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it may not have been perfect. I don't feel like I was present. My kids said that I did a good job. I don't feel like I did, but you know what I mean? It's just, I'm just thankful to God that we are here where we are standing now. Like they said, the things, they're saying alone time, but I feel like, you know what I mean? Especially if you've gone through that journey of healing, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, sometimes it can be isolating and lonely and but it's just like, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, even Leo Skeppy was saying that. He's like, you're going to sit there and be in a relationship and wish you had that downtime to be with yourself, because, we overlook that downtime a lot. That is a time for us to woosah. That is time to do things for ourselves. That is time for us just to turn off our brain and enjoy the silly things that, make us laugh. This is why I'm saying this may not be the relationship that you are looking for or you are planning on, because they're showing the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like some of us is like, we were hoping for more grounding energy moving forward because it has been all crazy. But again, this is where Spirit is saying, like, don't pick up anything else. Do not, for the next 3 weeks, even maybe beyond that, I feel like it's just like, do not add anything else on. Like, I sat there and put my foot in my mouth. Obviously, I didn't know. And things changed. And it's just like, I, got run down. It's just like, everything was just go, 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 and crazy. So it's like, do not pick up anything else. Do not add any more burdens onto yourself. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know we want to help everybody. We want to be problem solvers and everything like that. But you know what I mean? You still got 3 weeks of what's currently on your plate going on. And I don't know how much it's going to lighten up. Not very much. Page of Wands. So this is April 18th to April 23rd. This is when the new moon energy comes in. New perspectives, new beginnings, rebirths in our life. Take every day as this. Every day is an opportunity to start something new. Every day is an opportunity to believe in ourselves. Every day is an opportunity to stand tall and start a new habit. So 1-1 may be significant to you. You may see that a lot. And this is a message from Spirit that they have your back. I never dawned on to me until someone pointed that out. And I'm like, how did I overlook that? So 1-1. 11 may be significant to you. The month may be significant to you. So November may be significant to you in that way where where it's significant to me because it's Shane's and Dad's birthday. But it's like Spirit, just a gentle reminder, when you see those numbers, what do the 3 of Wands mean? What do the 2 of Wands mean? What do the 4 of Wands mean? It means Spirit has your back. Gotta pick up the pace here. Strength. It's telling you, let Spirit stand in front of you right now while you're going through this, while you're a little bit vulnerable, because you are a little tired, you are recuperating. Make sure you're drinking your water, making sure you're napping whenever you can. Utilize this weekend if you're able to. I know my sister, unfortunately, I know she's run down, but it's just like, it's like other things are going on. So it's like, let universe take the brunt of things. Like the things that they take on for us and deflect from us, transmute that negative energy, turn into something positive. We would be just like, oh my gosh. There is a new opportunity being offered to you. You're about to ascend a new mountain. Something brand new is coming in here. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, it scares us. It not manipulates us. It, what's the word for that? Makes us feel uncomfortable. But it's like with myself, I was like, bless me with the knowledge, the patience, the understanding, the wisdom, the courage. Like, what do I need to, push forward? What do I need to make sure that I am the best, I'm my level best in this situation? Showing the Emperor, so more grounded energy again, and revolving around the home. I know for us it's been chaotic. Like, I was like, let me get this done before, because I knew I had to go to work today. I was like, we had the 2 days off where nothing could be done. And I know we have 2 more coming up on Wednesday and Thursday, God bless, because I feel like that's what we need to get this out of the house. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like we have other things going on. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like with the Emperor, it's like that stability, the foundation, everything is stable again. I feel like it's always stable, but I feel like sometimes it feels a little chaotic. Like with us, like I was under the weather, now the kids are under the weather, unfortunately. You can still hear I'm a little, I got a little something in there. You know what I mean? Like I said, try get that Buckley's. That stuff is good. Like, ugh. It tastes disgusting, but it works. Like, they really stand by that. Like we were talking about, 1111 may be significant, with the four pillars, 4 wands. You're sowing no seeds. Don't feel like this has to be something that we have to accomplish in one day. I posted this last night when it was the daily forecast by Healing Tools and Energy. I'm never going to take credit for something I never did. That's why I always try to make sure their name is somewhere in there. If it's not, then it's just like, I try. If you see what, 80% of my videos or more, I'm just going to say 80 to be, to be honest. It's just like, transparent. It's not my content. I post their name. Other people, I've seen a lot of people that follow me post the same thing. But it's like the seedlings that you're sowing, just because you're not able to put the action into there right now, keep growing in other ways that you can. It's like adjacent or something familiar with it, or growing, like with myself, watching other people do it. What resonates with me? What speaks to me? If I feel it, it's like, ooh, that may be something I might bring into mind. If you've been like myself, like, unfortunately under the weather, it's like I was up a lot. That's why I was like, I'm grateful we got the medicine that we did in the house before the boys unfortunately went under the weather. I try to keep away from them and everything, but, it's cold and, you know what I mean? I'm all over the place, but 17 all the time, or not made to be significant, but it's just like, this video is not going to be able to be posted. I'm trying to be as quick as possible, but it's like sounder sleep. And I feel like that's where you're going to find that you're going to have more energy. You're going to have more time, easily recovery, from things that are happening. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know with myself, tomorrow is going to be a busy day. But we'll get it done. That's why I was just like, you know what? Tomorrow we're doing this. Like, I already talked to my son. I'm like, hey, while I'm at work, can you get this done? And I'm like, I know you're not feeling the best. If you don't do it, not a big deal. I'll get it done tomorrow and I'll start, working on that, and we could get that all taken care of. So it's just like, be kind to yourself and get the rest and rejuvenation you need, but know that better night's sleep is ahead. I did not sleep very well last week, but that's why I'm thankful that medication is now in the house, and at least the boys won't have to endure what I went through with this cold. Brand new beginning. And it's like, don't be intimidated, because Spirit is like, just take the leap. Just, like with myself, when I was intimidated by the drywall project, it turned out way better than I could imagine. I'm grateful that I did the research, but it's just like, sit there and, just trust and follow your intuition. So going right back to this Lover's card, you know what I mean? Like, just because they come back in your life does not, and you went through heartache, people will take advantage of that. Even Ed was like, do not put that on your profile that you are a widower, because people will take advantage of that. And this is why Spirit is saying this is a brand new beginning. Like, this whole new era is all about forward momentum. And I know there's certain areas we want to see that forward momentum. And if you don't see it, it's because what they want for you is going to last. Because you're not going to overlook it. Because maybe you went through something like I did. And it's just like the things that, always try to humble yourself. The things that I prayed for that I'm now enjoying, just remember that. You know what I mean? Because you believe in yourself more. So, keep pushing forward. It's 5:15, but I saw 15:15, so we'll put that as well. I know we're getting a lot of, angel numbers. This is a change and transformation. This is people moving out of your life. This is people, places, things, but they are saying people moving out of your life, and let them go. Do not force people to stay with you. Do not force people like, you have, nope. We've already been there. We've already done that. You know what I mean? Going back to, that's what I'm saying. This Lover's card doesn't necessarily mean this is a love union. You know what I mean? It's just like, don't get bamboozled with their bullshit again. You know what I mean? Oh, it's different this time. Oh, my perception. No, you're still the same clown you've always been. Always this, you know what I mean? Snake. There was like snake. But didn't we say there's a snake in the path with the Hermit card? Nope. Nope. You know? It's like they said, things that'll be on your path. Why are you taking on burdens? Like, literally, like, my girlfriend went through this situation, and it was just like, and it's like, it sounded so much like, what, you know what I mean? They're like opening your eyes. Listen, when things happen around you and someone brings it to your attention, that's spirit speaking to you. Pay attention. This is like, literally, our paths are running parallel. It's like, don't do this. It's like, U-turn. You know, remember they said we were going to go around something? Avoid that. The Magician. You already have what it takes to be successful in this journey. So utilize it. Be smart. You're not who you were 9 years ago. You're not who you were a month ago. You're not who you were a day ago. You're stronger. You're smarter. You're more confident. People will use fear-mongering and bull crud and unfounded bullshit to sit there and manipulate you to get you to do what they want. And when they don't want to deal with you no more, they just throw you to the wind. So remember that and keep it at the back of your mind. This is not saying go start fights where you don't need to start a fight or anything. This is just sitting back and being the observer. The Missing Element by Deborah Silverman. Read that book. That's a great book. But you have what it takes. You know, like they're saying, you're about to harvest, you're about to eat the fruits. We're not even gardening this year. I wanted to grow basil. I'm like, well, we're going to consume it because you make up pesto. So I'm like, no, I'll grow it next year. But they're literally showing you picking the fruits, how sweet it is, how sweet it tastes. You know, a lot of people that went through Lent or people that go through Passover, or they went through the fast of Esther, how delicious like things taste now. Like I make myself my coffee and it's like, I can't even taste it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even be like the nectar. Because you can't taste anything, but I'm still grateful for it. King of Cups, allow the universe to fill your cup. Even though this person will threaten you, oh, blah, 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 and this and this and that, that's what I'm saying. Someone is coming in here. But don't allow this person to come in because they're a manipulator as well. Because I know someone's trying to force their way back in because they fed me misinformation. You know what I mean? And it's like, fool me once. I am never going to make anyone feel like that. That broke my heart to see her go do what she did. And I'm like, I felt like such an asshole. And I'm like, because this person's like, oh, they don't want it no more. I went ahead. I did the thing. Nope, someone's ahead of you. And then she didn't end up taking it, but it doesn't matter. God is like, we're preventing something. They're like, you'll last 3 months there and you'll freaking be over it. So, like I said, we'll figure something else. Even though I can't see it in our path, God has already figured it out. Your ship is about to come in. Balance being restored. What leaves, we were talking about that. Things, people, places, things leaving your life. Something else will be in it. Something else is coming in it. They're trying to show you the snakes. See, this is the thing. Because you've been through this kind of energy here with the isolation and the Eight of Swords energy where you felt like you didn't know how to move because Spirit is like, you need to stay still right now. You don't need to deal with that right now. I know that what's keeping you up at night was something a little different there. Like I said, like with myself, it was a cold. It's like, I don't like this time of year. I can't find it. But, you know what I mean? It's like balance is being restored in here. You're going to accomplish a lot of things. You're going to get your to-do list done. There's going to be other things that, kind of coming in and out of here. But, it's just like, keep your guard up. Not say you can't let people in. Lots of confirmations of a rebirth in your life. Someone may be pregnant around you. Cardinals may be significant. I know it's supposed to be a mourning dove or some nonsense. Like that looks like a cardinal to me. I'm sorry. And where we live, I was like, oh my gosh, like when we were in Ontario, after Shade passed away, there was a couple of them like, oh my word. I was like, where's Shade? I haven't seen a cardinal, da-da-da-da. And it started to snow. There was this big hunky, chunky one, and I laughed so big old gun on it. Shane was not fat at all. And I was just like, of course. But, as it went on and the snow started to melt, like, we're heading into April and we're, getting ready to move. And there's this one that just drove me bonkers. I'm like, would you shut the fuck up? But I miss them. I really do. I sound like my aunt. She hated Blue Jays. She's like, those effers, they throw all the seed out of the friggin' feeder and just take the sunflowers. I'm like, so then just put sunflowers. She got mad at me. I like them. I love Blue Jays. Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Like, that's what I said. A bereavement. Because you're coming out of this energy. And people will try to manipulate you. You're coming out of the isolation. You're coming out of the cold. So they're going to sit there and manipulate you. They're going to sit there and get jealous. Oh, I don't want you doing better. I don't want you elevating. I don't want you to... You know what I mean? It's just like, I want to keep you where you are, where I can manipulate you and control your energy. They think. So... It's just like, you're crossing this bridge. You're already on the other side of the bridge. You know what I mean? You're going towards a new home. You know what I mean? A new beginning. Like they're showing with the Ace of Pentacles, that brand new beginning. A new mountain to ascend. New learning experiences. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be, like I said, for the first time in 9 years, by God's grace and glory, that, we don't have to move because of scarcity. We don't have to move because there's, people doing, illegal drugs and manufacturing them and having the police there and, having 900 boyfriends and freaking, I don't care what you do with your personal life as long as it don't affect me. I don't care what you do. You know what I mean? But when you start bringing that kind of nonsense to our door, like my camera has you on burning stuff on the front porch where all of our porches are connected because it was a triplex, and you're burning things at 3 a.m, like, come on. Like, what is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, no. And I would always sit there and God open her heart, make her, realize this is not the path she has to go down to, make her a better mom. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting there and running her down, it's like, be with her, but it's just like, that's what I was saying. Like, we just keep to ourselves. We mind our own business. Thank God we have such an amazing neighbor where she's so kind-hearted. But, we don't take that for granted. We just keep our mouth shut because we know what we came from. But like they said, 3 weeks time. So 3 weeks time. 3 weeks is significant here. So I see with the new moon, I'm seeing the 18th. Let's just see if that is 3 weeks on here on the calendar. They're saying the 26th, but I'm saying the 18th. So maybe it's like that time period, but today's the 5th. So we do 3 weeks, that's the 26th. But they're showing the 18th to the 23rd. So it's not that far off. You know what I mean? It's only a couple days off from the 26th, but whatever resonates there. I'll put April 26th on the video just in case, if that's significant for anyone. But, just keep moving forward. You are the victor wearing the wreath. Spirit has got your back. Just remember, when you see 1111, that is Spirit having your back. You see 111, 3 ones, that is, your ship is about to come in. Whatever the future has in store for you, Spirit has got your back. Like, it's just gentle reminders. We are here with you. It may not feel like it all the time. It may feel like you're isolated, but, there's a reason for that isolation. There's a reason why they have you standing still, because you're meant to grow in other areas of your life. And if we sat there and we had all this other outside noise going on, that's where your energy would go to. So try to concentrate and try to put your energy into where they're trying to see you grow. If, you don't, they'll probably bring it up again later on in life. Like I said, this year is supposed to be laying the foundation until 2042. So even though, like with myself, I haven't had the opportunity yet to do this because I had other projects going on, we'll get there. We'll get to that. We'll start growing. Like, I'm still doing things that I'm always doing, but, it's another skill set. It's another, wheelhouse we're growing out on. So may the universe bless you good. Have an amazing week and a restful rest of your Easter weekend. Have a good one. May the universe bless you good.